The Boston Celtics may not be a championship contender, but they have one of the more well-rounded rosters in the NBA. Isaiah Thomas acts as their big-time scorer, and they have a slew of defensive players as well. Amir Johnson can defend almost anything around the rim. Avery Bradley is one of the best perimeter defenders and defensive players overall in the NBA. The small forward Jay Crowder is not far down that list either. And then there's also their recent free agent signing Al Horford, who gets busy on both sides of the floor because he'll stop you from making a jumper. But then he's also stretched his range out to the three-point line as well. He's a big-time player at the center position. And so this team is an effective two-way team who is one that you should definitely be excited about. Of course, one of the best coaches in the league, Brad Stevens, helps things out as well. But for as good as Isaiah Thomas is, he's not a guy who can lead you to a championship, and that's what this team is missing. Luckily, they have the pieces to acquire one because they have $1.5 million valuable draft picks. Thank you very much, Billy King, once again for ruining the Nets. Marcus Smart is also an intriguing trade piece because he's a jump shot away from being super valuable, and we are going to be training him on the jumpers, so maybe he can become super valuable for us. There's also Jaylen Brown, who's as athletic as you want in the NBA today. These guys are some trade pieces that we could pair with the draft picks, and we could acquire a star player in this rebuild. There's also Kelly Olynyk, who's really got to do some readjustment with his hair, but we could throw him in a trade as well. And so this is the rotation that we're rolling with as of right now. But if we can go down a little bit, you'll notice that Tommy Heinsohn's favorite player, Gerald Green, I don't know if he's really going to cut it at the backup two-guard position. We go to free agency, we're going to sign the hothead of Lance Stevenson because I think he can give us some more versatility off the bench, some shooting, some toughness, some defense. I like it. And I don't want to make any huge moves yet. I want to see what we have first. So we're going to do some simulating. And I decline all these moves because while I'm willing to get a little more unrealistic for the sake of a rebuild, I don't want to get ridiculous at the same time either. We do have those Nets picks, so we should be able to pick up some nice prospects. And we're actually doing pretty damn okay. We're 14-7. Now we're the second best team in the conference at the moment. We're actually kind of killing it. And we're only a mid-tier team offensively. We're 16th in the league in terms of points per game. And Isaiah Thomas is definitely doing what he can do. He's being the big-time scorer and somewhat of a playmaker that this team needs as well. Shout out to him. But Al Horford, holy hell, 20-10 with 5 assists. That's like the best season this guy's ever had at 30 years old. So he's definitely filling out that really big contract that he signed with these guys. But the reason we're really here is because of the defense. In terms of points allowed per game, we're number 1 in the league. So we definitely have the clamps on a lot of teams. And it makes sense when you look at how many defensive players we have on this team. I have to imagine we're turning a lot of that defense into offense as well. But then you're going to see here, the L's just start packing up. We went from the second best team in the conference to the 7th best one, rhyming accidentally, at least a little bit. The hell happened, man? Maybe our offensive woes finally caught up to us, and as we simulate the rest of the season, well, we looked really damn good in the beginning. We end up with 43 wins? I'm a little disappointed, to be honest with you. I thought we were going to be a lot better than that. Perhaps we're going to have to make some moves quicker than I imagined. Still in the playoffs, and we have the New York Knicks in round 1. But first, let's look at some team stats. Isaiah, still pretty damn good overall. He and Al Horford, but I guess the team just didn't have enough juice overall. But now on to round 1. Perhaps Porzingis in his second season will go God mode and he'll beat us. Or perhaps we're just a little too good for the New York Knicks. Maybe Derrick Rose is not the D Rose that they need to beat us. We'll see what happens. We win game 1. That's always a good sign. We're up 2-0. Could this turn into a sweep? Okay, so Knicks fans are at least somewhat happy. And now it's only a 3-game series. I'm not liking the look of this. Are we going to blow this lead? Oh, God, a game 7 between Boston and New York. Well, we do win that one, so that's good. And what the hell? The Cleveland Cavaliers just lost in round 1 to the Wizards. Okay, so 2K17 simulation thing might be jacked up, or the Washington Wizards might just be on the greatest run in the history of the playoffs, because they just pulled off like the biggest upset ever. So do we have a chance against John Wall and these guys? We're already down 2-1, so that's not a good sign. Now it's 3-1, and we're done just like that. I don't know what the hell got into the Wizards, but congrats to them. But here's an interesting thing for you. The San Antonio Spurs win the championship. First off, congratulations to them. Big shout out to Arios. That's his favorite team. But if you check the second round of the West, the Warriors lost to the Thunder, which one, that must have been crazy for Westbrook. But Kevin Durant's only on a 1-year deal. What if KD says, oh, we just lost with this super team. Screw it, I'm going back into free agency. Who knows with this guy? Maybe that'll happen. Anyway, on to the draft lottery where, wait a minute, what the hell? Oh yeah, in case you didn't notice, the Brooklyn Nets actually made the playoffs. So we actually don't get like a top 3 pick. We actually have the 17th pick, or the 19th pick, I should say. But when we go into free agency here in a moment, you're going to see that Kevin Durant does decide that he wants to go somewhere else besides Golden State, or at least enter free agency, I should say. And this free agency class is really damn loaded, man. LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Chris Paul, Blake Griffin. This is wild as all hell. We're going to be going right to Kevin Durant, see if he can become the next great player of the Celtics. We also have a couple of backup plans as well. We'll go with Blake Griffin, and I could have thrown LeBron James some money, but I don't know, I'm weird. And then Gordon Hayward is the super backup. But of course, this video does have a thumbnail, and Kevin Durant is in the thing. So there he is. I'm gonna be honest with you, I had to run this rebuild back like 4 times until Durant finally decided to sign with us. I think it was because Golden State lost in round 2. I have to imagine that's what it was, because they won the championship all the other times. But here he is, Kevin Durant. He's got a chance to be the next great player of the Celtics, and you'll see we're loaded at the small forward position already, with Jay Crowder, Kevin Durant, Jaylen Brown. So I use this as an opportunity to say, maybe we can acquire another star player to go next to KD. I put Jaylen Brown out on the trade market, and the rest of the NBA pretty much offers me a bunch of junk. Maybe I could have thrown in the next Brooklyn Nets pick, but then since the Nets just made the playoffs, maybe it ain't that valuable. Now, Zach LaVine does pop up here, but I don't know. I guess I'd rather just keep Jaylen Brown. But regardless, Larry Bird, Bill Russell, Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, Kevin Durant might be able to enter that same realm of the Celtics pantheon, or whatever, and he still has a damn good team around him. Al Horford can play defense. They still have one of the better set of wings in the NBA with Jay Crowder and Avery Bradley. This team might be set up to really compete for a championship, and then Durant's the big-time player in the middle. I think Celtics fans can be pretty excited for this one. I really wish this would have happened in real life. We also have David West because we need to round out the roster. But what the hell is this? LeBron James decided to go to the Warriors. 2K17 is officially all jacked up, man. How's that even going to work? I don't know. Here's the rotation, and I'm deciding to go with Crowder at the small ball 4. A little bit of small ball lineup of death, if you will. I'm pretty content with the second unit, and we also acquired Omer Asik because I am slightly concerned about our weaknesses on the boards, so he can come in and help us out there. So this better be good. We better be running through the NBA, and that's exactly what we're doing early on. But you'll notice that it's not as good as you really think. We're only 17-10. And if we look at the stats, Kevin Durant, the hell, dude, only 21 points? I expect you to be putting up like 45 points per game for this team. Now, the rest of the roster's still doing cool, but like, that's a bit of a disappointment. We're getting some nice 3-point shooting from Bradley and Crowder, although Bradley's crap in the bed when it comes to his overall field goal percentage. I don't know what's up with that. And I already voiced my concerns about the rebounding. We're the 4th worst rebounding team in the NBA. So that's when I decided, alright, Omer Asik, you're going to be the starting center, playing about 20 minutes a game, grab some rebounds for us, and Jay Crowder's going to be coming off the bench. And I think this can help us, hopefully. Maybe just having that one big body inside can be a huge difference for us. And I think Jay Crowder also makes us a lot better when it comes to our second unit. So here's hoping this is what we need, and now we're going to see if this little shake-up internally can be the difference for this team to really take off. And we're going to see that it kind of works out. The W's are coming back. That's a lot of green. That's a good look. But then we have a decision to make for ourselves, because once we get to the trade deadline, I start to think, is the second unit really good enough? Because I thought about it long and hard. I'm like, do we have enough offense off the bench with Marcus Smart and Lance Stevenson and these guys? And I said to myself, well, our second unit is damn good on defense, and it's really damn tough. I mean, you're looking at David West, Stevenson, Smart, Jay Crowder. I feel like that second unit overall is really damn strong. I think I want to keep it as it is. Now, Marcus Smart asking for $15 million a season, I don't know about that one. We're going to have to entertain the idea of that after this year. But as of right now, I just want to keep what we got. And you're going to see towards the second half of the season, we're good. We're definitely good. But we only finished with 48 wins. I think the acquisition of Kevin Durant has been a bit of a disappointment so far. He only made All-NBA third team? KD, what's going on, man? I was really expecting him to be an MVP candidate. But we are still in the playoffs. We have the Atlanta Hawks in round 1, and Atlanta's ball movement can be tough to deal with. We're going to have to bring our defensive chops for this one. But perhaps Kevin Durant can finally just say, all right, let me take this team over and let's lead this team to the promised land if I can get corny on you. Game 1, we lost. So forget everything I just said because now we're at a risk of being swept. Now it's 2-1. That's good. Ooh, we already tied it up. And now that with the 3-2 lead, okay, let's not panic just yet. The city of Boston is not on fire. So now round 2 against the Charlotte Hornets. Is Kemba Walker going to be too much for us to deal with, or can we stop him and his team? Well, because we just like to lose game 1 and scare everybody, we do that. And now it's 3-1, so I think we got our bearings back together, and we're on to the conference finals. And now we have us, the Cleveland Cavaliers, without LeBron James, but it seems that Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love have stepped up. I mean, Kyrie won the MVP, so perhaps LeBron's influence definitely helped him. Can we go through this team? Can we get to the NBA Finals, and can this 48-win team somehow run through the entire conference? We don't have home court advantage, so I guess it makes sense a little bit more if we lose game 1 that time. Now we're back in Boston. We better win these two. Well, it's only a 3-game series. But we do manage to make the finals against the friggin' Pelicans? Excuse me, what? How did the Warriors with LeBron James lose to a team with Anthony Davis and a whole bunch of whatever? So it seems that Anthony Davis and the Pelicans are on a frickin' Knicks 1999-esque run, but I have to imagine we're the better team here, right? Like, I understand Anthony Davis is a beast, and he's probably killing it and then some in these playoffs. But his teammates are like Dennis Smith, who's a rookie, who usually is amazing in 2K, but whatever. There's also Buddy Hield, who's in like his, second season? Like, what is going on here? This should just be an easy sweep, right? We win game 1, we take game 2, so I think we're ready to run through these guys. Not just yet, they're keeping us grounded. But now it's 3-1. I think it's time to stop wasting everybody's time and end this rebuild, or not, as it's really Game 7, guys. Alright, time to jump in, because y'all are about to blow this one against a friggin' 8th seed. And then immediately, 2K has to have all the guys who are dead in the game with 50 stamina. The hell is that, man? No wonder it became a Game 7. We were dead by the third quarter of every game. You're going to see on this play here that I try to get a little too aggressive with Jay Crowder defensively, and the god, Cody Zeller, drops that one in. It's only 3 points, y'all. This is not a good look. And then Cody Zeller, doing his best Shaquille O'Neal impression by not allowing Al Horford to score. Cody Zeller is basically Michael Jordan. That's probably the reason why they got here. He's being a beast on both sides of the floor. Drew Holiday driving inside. That's the team defense, but we also can't grab a rebound because, once again, Cody Zeller, man. I guess he was Anthony Davis's wingman throughout this entire playoff run. It's only 1 point, but Kevin Durant's in the game, and he actually has some stamina, which might be a big deal in 2K17, I don't know. So we got to cater this entire offense to KD. He had a bit of a disappointing regular season, but if we win the championship in the Game 7, then I guess it's okay in the long run, right? Now this play's taken way too damn long to develop, so I had to do a little bit of improv. Drew Holiday jumps, so that's a good look. And now we're up 3 points, boys. I'm expecting Anthony Davis to do something crazy in this moment. Or maybe not, as he just kind of did some weird pull-up. And then Al Horford looked like he was 22 years old with the way he grabbed that rebound. KD the other way. Alright. Seems that Kevin Durant wants to win an NBA championship. And I think I got the inside scoop on how to win games in 2K17. Just rest your star player in the fourth quarter, because everybody's stamina plummets if they're in the game for longer than 2 minutes, and then your dude will be like at a 75 energy and he'll just dominate. We got to run another play for KD because the Pelicans don't really have a go-to lockdown defender. I really don't know how they got here, to be honest with you. I figured we were going to be facing the Warriors, and I figured this rebuild was going to be going for like a decade long with LeBron James on Golden State. But after that three-pointer from KD, and then Whoever that was just standing there in the paint, I think it was Buddy Hield. Maybe his three-point tendencies are all at 100, so he doesn't know how to actually score inside the paint. That's a 9-point game. Weird, disrespectful with the late dunk, but it seems that the Boston Celtics, after signing KD, only 2 seasons, NBA championship. So that was pretty damn successful. Again, I thought we were going to be going a lot longer than this, and I had to do this multiple times because Durant, I could never get him to sign, man, but it finally worked out for us. And thank you all for watching.